So hello, I'm with a wonderful young woman here, Smart, who is representing Kumasi, all the way from Kumasi to Techcamp. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Okay, I'm Paulina Adjei, working in Techcamp. Actually, that is where I work, and we provide financial services to small enterprises. By financial services, I mean we encourage people to move and save. That is, we mobilize deposits from people, and out of that pool, we intend to give credit facilities to small enterprises to, of course, expand their businesses and improve their lives. So that's basically what we do.
Wow, so how has this experience been like?
Yeah, it's been an exciting experience, because one, I've learned that there is the need to get enough and relevant information, stay updated, because you cannot afford to operate in a vacuum. You have to get the needed market information, and you have to leverage on the networking, because it's been an interesting networking experience, I must say. And then you have to internationalize your dreams, your projects and ideas. You don't just have to stay in the corner, be in your comfort zone. You just have to think, that across the borders, because someday, sometime, you're not just doing that for a small community, but then you get to expand to other countries as well, especially bringing together West African countries. I think it was a splendid, a platform to expand your dreams across the border. So yes, it's been that interesting networking experience, I must say.
Now you're a woman, and in most situations, women and technology don't go very well together. So how do you plan to send back what you've learned to other young women like you back in Techcamp?
Okay, personally, I'm enthused and I'm excited about talking to people, especially young ones, of course, because working in such smaller communities, people, especially the girls, they are not so much interested in education, pursuing it at a higher level. Let's talk about combining technology with it. So yes, in the very circle I work, I'm going to improve, because I've been using technology. All this information, and credit information that we've been working with is coordinated with technology. So I'll make sure that what I'm doing, we extend it to these communities very well, so that you engage the women and the younger ladies there to embrace the whole ICT concept.
Wow. What do you think is the way forward after here? What do we do as entrepreneurs? Do we just go back and sleep over what we've learned? What do you think is the way forward? What should we do to be able to succeed with what we've learned?
Okay. I am excited about the fact that team measure or the MVP session 1,
which you were part of.
I was actually in Empower, but I loved the concept of the whole measure, because some of these things we are not new to them. We do have lots of them at different times. So what will actually make an impact? What will make this one different? Of course, that is where we have to get our key performance indicators, so that we don't just come here, go, and that is it. We have to measure the actuals, right after this program against what has been before, so that difference will tell us, hey, we're making a headway. Without that, we'll still come maybe some other time and it will be the same result. So basically, I am personally concerned about using the KPIs, so that I know that in 2014 or in 2015, this was my result. But after Techcamp and in 2016, it has been able to deliver this additional result. So that way I know that I'm making a headway.
Okay, you've noticed that most of these events are organized by either the US Embassy or international actors. But these things being organized by like Ghanaians or maybe in Togo by the Togo government, it's not so. Where do you think the problem is coming from? Is it because of the finances, or I just think that because maybe we are not interested as a country?
Yeah, I think we should. It's a wake-up call. Of course, there has been several programs or workshops of this kind. But I think as even before I go up there at the national level, I think the corporate entities and the private, people who have already made it in that field should be interested in embracing or opening up to the younger ones, so that it will not just be tech camp which will be held here in Accra, but in our own community, something we could also open up to smaller, persons in that environment. So back to the national level, we will have that interest to organize, not just organize, but to really interact, to mentor younger ones, so that this concept is really felt, not just organized, but it's really felt among the country, or so to say the African continent itself. Because if we sit here for the US, for the international bodies to come and do it, yes they will, but then it might not have that impact as it should have been. So I think it's a wake up call to all of us to, in our small way, wherever we are, to open up to people, or to individuals who perhaps might be interested in becoming such, developing their entrepreneurial spirit, so that we encourage them right from there, and I think it will be carried on to the national level.
Now, you like to read, and I'm so happy you gave me a book, which I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Do you think reading is a huge issue in Africa? What can be done to at least reduce that illiteracy rate? Even those who've gone to school do not want to read.
Yeah, I was excited. Chirihese in one of the sessions mentioned this, combining technology with reading, so that we bring it closer to the people. It becomes exciting. People nowadays, because of this technology, we prefer using some apps and then we leave the reading. But hey, I know that you cannot replace it, but yes, we can combine technology to make reading very interesting. So I think it's in our time we did that, so that we don't just leave it in our bags. The book is not just kept somewhere, but that interest is being carried through technology.
And what's your final words of advice to especially women entrepreneurs who have not had the opportunity to be part of this conference?
Okay, I'll take this from Nicole Amatefio. In her presentation, as a woman, he said there are lots of naysayers, but you have to believe, understand what you're doing, let it resonate down to the ground. In that case, those who initially said no will actually say yes eventually. That's what I take from Nicole, and I think it's a very powerful message to women entrepreneurs, and I love that.
Thank you so much, Paulina. It's been so fun meeting you.
Thank you.
And thanks for the book. And I hope that when we go back, we can collaborate and do something big together to help not just Ghana but Africa.
Definitely.